global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Indeed, internet never forget. Right now, Bola Tinubu, aka Jagaban Bat, is receiving its gbas from every angle to think that even South, particularly Niger Delta, are beginning to drum what he did against the illustrious sons and what is his fate come 2023. Hey, this life, balance indeed. But let's go straight into the news to find out what the Ijaw nation, the southern Nigeria and the Niger Delta as a people have in stock for Bola Tinubu, dating back to history 2015, where it all began. Well, before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the foremost environmental and human rights activist Angel Briggs has berated the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu for seeking former President Goodluck Jonathan's support in the forthcoming 2023 general election. Briggs, who spoke while reacting to Tinubu's consultative visits to Jonathan at his Abuja residence on Tuesday, described the APC standard flag bearer as shameless. She said that Tinubu should be ashamed of himself for consulting Jonathan over his presidential race a few years after heaping verbal attacks, insult on the former president and his wife, Patience, because he was a minority president from Ijaw in Niger Delta. Briggs noted that Tinubu was one of the opponents of the Jonathan administration who mobilized opposition against him and called him all sorts of derogatory names. She said, and I quote, "Politics in Nigeria is a filthy game. About personalities, not about people. If not, Tinubu should be too ashamed to visit Jonathan and sit down on the chair in his house. This is a man, that's Tinubu, that cannot differentiate between politics of ideology and shameful politics. The horrid insult at him, that's Jonathan, the horrid insult at his wife, Dame, the constructed effigies to mock Jonathan, they organized Occupy Nigeria and paraded with coffins and did all kinds of things against Jonathan. Today, they are shamelessly visiting Jonathan, sitting on his chair in his house." Briggs described Jonathan as a kind-hearted man and Ijaw son who had been vindicated on many fronts, stressing that he had acknowledged while in office that he was the most insulted and abused president. The activist said Tinubu and his likes should realize that the oil and gas resources in Jonathan's Niger Delta remains the sources of their feeding and well-being of Nigeria, adding that after all the insults, calling him clueless, they are now visiting Jonathan and sitting in his house. Earlier on her social media page, Briggs had expressed similar views, saying that all anti-Jonathan elements, including the APC presidential candidate, would have their payback time. She stated that Tinubu could not hate Ijaw people in 2015 when Jonathan lost his re-election bid and hoped to achieve victory in the forthcoming presidential poll in Ijaw land. Briggs further said, "One by one, from top to bottom, they all go back to Jonathan to receive their shovel of hot coal on their heads. I will tell the APC Tinubu for free that if Ijaw votes for him, it will not be at a level for him to claim victory in Ijaw nation. He cannot hate Ijaws in 2015 and expect Ijaws to vote for him in 2023. Jonathan is an Ijaw son and a man. just son and man, but all Ijaws are not Jonathan. Go and collect your debt from Buhari. Jonathan no get votes. I tell that again. Go and collect your debt from Buhari. Jonathan no get vote for you inside our creek, swamps, and mangroves. Ijaw youth are not going to eat the corn and groundnut you are offering. We have enough plantain, fish, and all the oil and gas we need to import all we want to eat. This is serious. Oh my God, this one is gasbos. All right, but quick one. I think the same thing will be said about Southeast. Let's digress a little. During the campaign period, a lot of Nigerians, Southeasterners particularly, expected that Bola Tinubu will also visit the likes of Southeast. But alas, the likes of Bola Tinubu did not even visit Southeast for consultation. But he has his prodigies everywhere in Southeast who keep saying that they will mobilize on party lines, really, because he's the flag bearer and they are APC members or APC governors. They would actually align to the party rules. But if you look at regards, Bola Tinubu consulted virtually every other ethnic group, but for whatever reasons, personal reasons, he didn't even step a foot. He didn't even come close to Southeast. And a whole lot of Nigerians believe that if at this stage he's not even bringing inclusiveness in Southeast, then what's going to likely be the fate of Southeasterners if he eventually becomes the president? What some persons have been saying that if you want to go by that, how about how he has been so accommodating to Ndibo? Is a business nerve center of Nigeria, and apart from that, if you don't allow Southeasterners to even, get comfortable in Lagos, they could take their wares to other states, and they will definitely get acceptance. Don't forget that Ndibos coming with their benefits. You can tax them, you can get GDP from them, internal generated revenue from their businesses. So it's a win-win for both people, both the government of Lagos and the Southeasterners. But to cut the long story short, it's the fact that Bola Tinubu may not be getting it right. Don't forget that even in another news, the people he contested, PC presidential aspirants as well, who for whatever reasons did not win, he has not given them an inclusive campaign period where all of them will come in with their followers so that together they can harness it. He has been, flying by himself, and he may not really tell well. Nigerians are wondering, now Ijaw Nation have decided to tell him also that you cannot hate our son, hate our people 2015, all sorts of names, called him clueless, and at some point they even put goat-like stuff on, say that Jonathan and all that is a goat and all that, and you expect him to give you that. Even if Jonathan is a gentleman, the Ijaw Nations will not forget. Say, look, if you think you're going to get anything reasonable from you joke, and this is the real politics at hand. And he's saying, is this how you play politics? That he cannot differentiate between ideology, and shameless politics, calling names at people. And the same thing actually befell him too against Olusegun Obasanjo, his own kindred. You now see that his past gradually is coming to haunt him. That's where we can wrap it up. Let's put in that comment section. What's your take? Have a nice time. God bless you. Bye.